Hello, dear students. I am Baykal Tıraş.
And I'm Emel Anar. Welcome to our 6th lesson. We studied home and family last week.
And this week we are going to talk about best friends. I am sure you all have a best friend, maybe more than one, and obviously you have a reason. So, Miss Anar, may I ask you this question? Who is your best friend and why is he or she your best friend?
My best friend's name is Esra because we share a lot of things and we have great fun when we are together. May I also ask your best friend's name and the reason?
Sure, let me think. I think one of my best friends is Hakan. He is my best friend because he is very fun, trustworthy, and always loyal.
Okay, so dear students, let's learn more about friendship in our lesson this week, shall we?
Yeah, let's start.
Okay. Here you see some photos about people, and please look at the photos and say what the people are doing alone or together. For example, in the first photo, they are watching something on TV together and they seem so excited. What about the next one?
Yeah, in the second one, she is reading a book and she seems very interested in the subjects.
And in the next one, everybody is dealing with something on their computers, but this girl seems a bit tired, I think.
Yes. And in the last one, I think they are a father and a son, and they are playing chess together.
Yeah, I agree with you. So now, dear students, let's talk about things you like doing alone and things you like doing together with other people. I wait for your answers on sentences now.
Shall I ask you first? What do you like doing alone and the things you like doing together?
Yes, sure. For instance, I like doing puzzles and reading books when I'm alone, but I cannot do the shopping without a friend of mine. So what about you?
I like reading books alone, of course, but I like doing sports together with my friends all the time. So, now, here, dear friends, what do you think about friendship? We have some sentences for you about friends and friendship, and let's discuss them together with you. The first one is, friends are there to make you happy. Do you agree with this? Personally, yes, I do, but not always. Friends are together when they are happy, but they are also together when they are sad.
Let's look at the next statement. A real friend will never disappoint you. Actually, I totally agree with this statement because if you say this friend a true friend, a real friend, you are sure that he will or she will never disappoint you. So let's look at the next one.
The more friends you have, the better. I don't agree with this. Number is not always so important. In my point of view, quality of friendship or friends is very important.
Okay.
So what do you think of the next one?
The next one is friends share everything. I disagree with that because we can have our secrets and we don't always have to tell our secrets to our friends. So I disagree.
Okay.
And the next one.
If you have got no friends, something is wrong with you. Actually, I agree with this. What do you think?
Oh, I disagree because you may be in the wrong place or in wrong time, maybe.
Yeah, you may be also right. Okay, let's move to our next activity.
Here you see, dear students, two pictures of a dog. Do you know Hachiko? It's a famous dog in Japan history. Now we are going to fill in the blanks with the past forms of the verbs in brackets and learn more about its story. So let's begin with the first one. The dog was born on a farm in 1923.
A professor at Tokyo University in Japan adopted it. Onu sahiplendi.
And the next one, the two began to walk together to the Shibuya train station.
The professor fed the dog before getting on the train to work.
And Hachiko spent the day waiting for its owner to come back.
It greeted its owner at the same time every day.
And one day the professor died and couldn't come back from his work.
And Hachiko continued to wait over 9 years at the train station for his owner until people found it dead in 1935.
He became such an important symbol in Japan. People made donations to erect a bronze statue of him.
Dear students, there is a very nice movie of this dog called Hachiko, and it is one of the best examples of friendship. I strongly suggest you watch it. Now, let's move to our next activity. Dear students, here you see some time expressions. Yesterday, last week, years ago, when I was 7, in 2010, on Thursday. Now, we want you to answer these questions. Now, look at the activities given and when did you last do them? Let's talk about these and starting with the first one. When did you last visit a zoo? Miss Anar, may I ask you?
To be honest, I visited a zoo in my childhood, years ago.
Years ago, okay.
And when did you last read a magazine?
I last read a magazine last month.
Okay.
And when did you send a text message?
I last sent a text message before I came to that course.
Okay.
And when did you last swim in a pool?
I last swam in a pool 4 months ago, I guess. And when did you last go to the theater?
I last went to the theater a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And when did you last fly a kite?
Let me think. I last flew a kite when I was a child. And I think it is time to fly a kite now.
Me too.
And when did you have breakfast outside?
Oh, I last had my breakfast outside yesterday.
Okay,
And when did you last write an email?
I last wrote an email, I think, last night.
Okay.
Okay, now let's move to our next activity, dear students.
Here we are going to listen and fill in the blanks with the verbs you hear. But you are going to hear all lines one by one. So let's start.
What did you do in London at the weekend?
What's your answer? What did you do in London at the weekend?
Let's listen to the second part.
Indian food? I'm sure you ate Indian. I know it's your favourite.
Indian food. I am sure you ate Indian. I know it is your favorite.
And third one.
And what was that?
And what was that?
Yes, it's delicious, isn't it? And I'm sure you bought lots of things as well.
Yes, it is delicious, isn't it? And I'm sure you bought lots of things as well.
Now we are going to listen to a woman this time. So let's start again.
Well, yes. I saw some nice clothes in the shops, but I only got one thing.
Yes, let's have the answer.
Well, yes, I saw some nice clothes in the shop, but I only got one thing.
Okay, the second part.
Oh, we did lots of things. And we had some great food.
Oh, we did lots of things and we had some great food.
Okay.
Next one.
Of course. But we tried some Chinese food too. That was nice.
Of course, but we tried some Chinese food too. That was nice.
And the last part.
I bought this belt. It's for you. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday last week.
Bought this belt. It is for you. I am sorry I forgot your birthday last week.
And now, dear students, we are going to put the sentences in the correct order to make a meaningful conversation. Shall we start it?
Sure.
Okay.
The first one should be this one. Yes. What did you do in London at the weekend?
And my reply is, oh, we did lots of things and we had some great food.
Indian food? I am sure you ate Indian. I know it is your favorite.
And the next one, of course, but we tried some Chinese food too. That was nice.
Yes, it is delicious, isn't it? And I'm sure you bought lots of things as well.
Well, yes, I saw some nice clothes in the shop, but I only got one thing.
And what was that?
And the last one, I bought this belt. It's for you. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday last week.
Okay, I hope you understood everything in the conversation. And let's move to our next activity. Now, dear students, here you see two people, and they are famous in England because they joined a talent show in England. Now we are going to learn more about them. Now we have some sentences for you. the teacher suggested them sing together. You are supposed to circle true or false. And the next one.
Charlotte wanted to sing alone.
Jonathan was so confident at first. Kendine güveniyordu.
They became good friends.
And they wanted to enter the show together. Now, let's listen and find out the answers.
In a school in England a few years ago, a teenage girl heard a boy singing in another room. She liked it and found out that the boy's name was Jonathan Antoine. The girl, Charlotte Giaconelli, also liked singing. A little later, the music teacher at school suggested that they could sing together. They did, and they started singing together as a duo. They also became very good friends. They even sang together at the music teacher's wedding. Around that time, there was a television program called Britain's Got Talent, a show to find new singers and performers. Charlotte wanted to enter the show with Jonathan, but he was worried about the way he looked. However, Charlotte persuaded him, and they went on the show.
Okay.
Now, let's check the answers. The teacher suggested them sing together. It is true. And the next one.
Charlotte wanted to sing alone. No, it's false.
And Jonathan was so confident at first. What do you think? No, he wasn't.
They became good friends. Yes, they did.
And the last one is they wanted to enter the show together. Yes, they did.
And now we are going to listen to the rest of the story and fill in the blanks while listening.
When they came onto the stage, they were very nervous. The 4 judges didn't think they looked good. Some people in the audience laughed when they saw them. Then they began to sing, and everyone was amazed. They sang incredibly well, especially Jonathan. When they finished, people stood up and clapped. All the judges thought Charlotte and Jonathan were great, but one judge, Simon Cowell, suggested that Jonathan sing on his own without Charlotte because, although she was good, he was fantastic. Jonathan didn't think for long. He looked at his friend and then looked back at the judges and said that he wanted to stay in the competition with Charlotte. They carried on together, but they didn't win the competition. They came second. A dancing dog won. However, they weren't disappointed. A few weeks later, Simon Cowell gave them the chance to record a CD. They made the CD, and then they thought about a title for it. They chose the word together.
Now let's do it together. Their music teacher had the idea of them singing together.
And second one, some people laughed when Charlotte and Jonathan came out.
And Simon Cowell said that Jonathan needed to sing alone.
Fourth one, Jonathan and Charlotte came second in the competition.
Who won the competition? A dog, they said.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one, they recorded an album called Together because they were friends. Okay, now let's move to the next activity. Here, you are going to look at the pictures and write sentences using the prompts given about past, of course. The first one is this, Italy and Rome. You should say, we went to Italy, but we didn't go to Rome.
Yes, and in the second one, I saw Mark, but I didn't see Alicia.
And in the next one, this girl says, great, yes, but the boy says, sorry, no. So the answer should be, Sue came to my party, but then didn't come.
No. And the last one is, I made sandwiches, but I didn't make a cake.
Okay, dear students, these structures are important to talk about past. Okay, now let's move to our next activity.
Dear students, do you remember these students? We talked about them in our previous lessons. He is Luke And here's Ryan. She's Olivia. And you see Megan here. So now let's look at the photos and answer the questions. What do you think these 4 friends are saying about the man? And what do they know about him?
Before we continue, let's look at the photos. Where are they and what are they doing, do you think, Miss Anna?
I think they are on their way to school. They are in the park.
Because they are wearing their school bags. And they are in the park, you said. And there is a homeless person in here.
Yes.
Look at here. Something is happening in here. Olivia wants to say something, but I don't know. Let's listen and find out.
Yes.
Stop looking at your sat-nav. We know how to get to school.
Very funny. Hey, look at that guy.
What about him?
I think he was here yesterday too.
So, a homeless guy. It's not a big deal.
That's right.
He's got problems. Don't you care?
Well, to be honest, no, not very much.
Olivia seems interested because she's asking, don't you care? But Ryan thinks, to be honest, dürüst olmak gerekirse, no, not very much. Let's listen to the rest of the conversation.
But it's really sad.
I know what you mean. I watched a program on TV a while ago about homeless people. Awful.
Can you imagine? No place to live. It must be horrible.
Well, I'm sure that's true, but it's not really our problem.
Let's go and talk to him.
Hang on. Do you think that's a good idea?
What do you mean? He's poor, but that doesn't mean he's dangerous.
Okay, maybe not dangerous. He's probably not very nice, though.
Maybe he needs help.
So, the girls are interested in the homeless person, but the boys
are not so interested in. They don't care about this homeless man.
Okay. So, let's move to our next activity.
And here we are going to watch a video. And what do you think happens next in the story? We are going to see what the students are going to experience.
Here, there's an example.
Yes. I think the boys go to school, but Megan and Olivia talk to the man.
So, what do you think? Now, let's watch the video and find out how the story continues.
Okay, does anybody know who the man in this picture is?
Don't believe it. I've lost my necklace.
Ryan?
Sure, I think it's Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes, that's right. Does anybody know what problems he faced? Anybody know what problems he faced? Olivia? Olivia?
All I know is that he needs help.
What's going on, Olivia? I don't understand.
I know. I'm sorry.
Stop it! Olivia, Megan, Luke and I saw a man in the park today. He's homeless. A poor guy. Olivia's feeling sorry for the man. And I am too.
Okay. Tell us what you saw.
How about asking our parents for money?
I don't think that's a good idea. Why don't we try to help him?
We could all give him our school lunch.
I'm not so sure. What's he gonna do with so much food? Good point, but we could take him something after school.
Yeah, but he's homeless, and that's the biggest problem, I guess. But I've got an idea. Our neighbour works for a charity. They look after homeless people. We could talk to her to find out what we can do.
Yeah, let's do that.
I agree. I think that's an excellent idea.
Why don't we call her to find out what we can do?
Well, as you know, there is one strict rule, no phones during class. But, in this case, I think it would be a good idea to call her. Have you got her number, Luke?
I'm just looking it up on my phone. Here it is. Oh, here we are, Mrs. Cromer.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for calling me. It's really important that I talk to this guy. We need to look into why he's homeless and see what we can do to help him.
I saw him 5 minutes ago. He was over there, on that bench behind those bushes.
Let's look for him.
Maybe he went into the bushes because of the rain.
Are you looking for this?
Oh, wow. Thank you. I can't believe it.
It was over there. I guess you dropped it.
Thanks so much. That's really kind of you.
That really is kind of you.
Hi, I'm Angela Cromer. I work for an organisation.
So, let's see how much of the story you have understood. Let's check our answers. The first one is, the friends are on their way to school. And then
the second one is, in the park, they see a homeless person.
And next, the girls are worried about the man.
Then the teacher notices that Olivia is not paying attention.
Next, the other students started laughing her or Olivia.
And next, Ryan tells the other students about the homeless person.
The students decide to ask somebody from a charity for help. You know, charity means hayır kurumu. And the last one is,
when they go back to the park, the man gives Olivia her necklace.
So this is our story. Now,
and here are some expressions from the story. These are so common expressions that you might hear in English. How do you say them in Turkish?
Here is the first one.
Not a big deal means...
How can we translate it in Turkish?
Abartmaya gerek yok. Çok önemli değil.
Yes. To be honest, dürüst olmak gerekirse.
I know what you mean. Ne demek istediğini biliyorum.
The next one. It is not really our problem. Bu gerçekten bizim problemimiz değil. Bizi ilgilendirmez also.
Hang on. Bekle.
And the last one is, though, we use this expression at the end of the sentence and it means yine de. Okay. Now, let's practice these expressions together.
Okay.
Now, here we have conversations, dear students. Use the expressions given to complete the dialogues. Shall we do them together?
Sure.
Okay.
The first one is, she is usually a nice girl. She sometimes gets a bit angry though.
Okay. And?
I know what you mean. Yesterday, she really shouted at me.
Okay. Now, let's look at the second one. This time I am A. I need help. You have got to help me with my homework.
Hang on, it's your homework, so really it's not our problem.
Okay. Now, would you mind reading the first one?
Okay, it's only a small test tomorrow, 10 questions. It's not a big deal, right?
Well, to be honest, I'm a bit worried about it.
Okay.
So, shall we finish our lessons for today?
Okay, it's okay. Thanks for your participation, dear students.
And hope to see you next week.